Yeah, so I'm making a little video invitation for you for the Circling and Surrendered Leadership online mini immersion this coming Sunday. Yeah, I just wanted to sit here and see if there's any inspiration to share with you. I've actually been feeling quite touched and inspired on several occasions with the circling that I've been leading the past 2 weeks. Yeah, really touched by what becomes possible between people in terms of deepening connection when we as a group of people commit to connection, commit to showing up in truth. That's actually a cornerstone principle of this practice: commitment to connection. Um, Yeah, it feels very, very deep. It's an invitation to really be with our in the moment experience and our truth about what it is that we feel and what arises in us when we are being with other people, and a willingness to bring that into connection, and then also receive and honor the other person's in the moment truth and experience, and kind of allow that to mix and meet. And from there, it's almost like stepping into kind of a surrender to see what the connection brings. Like when we commit to staying to what arises in the relationship moment by moment. I always refer to it as going on this kind of like a magical carpet ride together. Um, yeah, and I mean, what oftentimes happens for people, and it sure happens for me all the time, is when it's like nice feelings or nice experiences, that's quite easy to bring into connection. But what about those moments when there's irritation or anger or disappointment or a certain desire or whatever it is? There's always things coming up in us that maybe we believe are not desirable in the connection, are not okay, things that we feel we shouldn't be speaking because we're afraid to not be welcomed or not be received, or we might hurt the other person. So what oftentimes happens is we start holding those things back, and then it's kind of like we're not really there anymore. This possibility for more closeness gets cut off. So one of the things that we practice in circling is this commitment and this willingness to, in a way, move a bit more closely to the edge of what we're willing to bring into connection. Yeah, so it's kind of a willingness to really honestly look at what's inside of us, and the courage to bring that into connection, but also really stay open, like, to what happens. It's kind of like really trusting also your experience, and be open to what happens in the connection, and be open to how we impact others. And also when others share their truth with us, it's like this willingness not to like immediately counter react, but to really kind of feel like, oh, how am I being impacted by this person sharing their truth with me? Yeah. It's this thing that happened last night in a circle that I was leading. It was just so beautiful. It was actually a group that was very settled together, and the call started, and most of the people present were expressing like this really kind of like this gratitude for being there, and how the connection was um, deepening. Like most people felt really in. And there was this one person who all of a sudden shared with us that, like, wow, I find this really hard to say, but if I'm honest, I'm really not interested. Like I feel this disinterest in being here and being with you. Now, just that person sharing that kind of, for me, landed as in there must be, at least there's that interest or that care, just to have that courage to share that with us. And I felt very, very vulnerable for them. But there was this immediate sense of like everybody was immediately in with like, oh, what is really happening for you, for that person? And we started exploring that together. And there was so much deepening of the connection and so much depth actually that came out of this person about what it was really about, this disinterest that they were feeling, and yeah, how it linked back to this experience in their lives of always being the one to have the kind of forbidden feelings, and them then having this experience of feeling so received and feeling so seen and touched actually, that it was totally okay for the rest of the people there, that they expressed their forbidden feeling, and their disinterest actually really turned into them really being into what was happening and into the connection. Yeah, so that was my inspiration to share with you. I really want to warmly invite you to the mini immersion on Sunday. It's both for people who are new to circling and surrendered leadership, as for people who have experience. If you're new, come with a bit of willingness to kind of jump in and go deep, because that's what tends to happen in this practice. We go deep. So yeah, hope to see you on Sunday.